Yeah, I
It was
loved our
great.
start. It's what we asked the guys to do defensively more than offensively, and that's where I thought we were really good. And then we turned it into a lot of really good offense, And I thought we could have had better offense. We just got a little loose in transition with the ball, but and then did a good job of regrouping. After we lost focus a minute, and then we kind of built on it with another really good third quarter start. So couldn't ask for anything better. Didn't have to burn through a lot of guys' minutes tonight unnecessarily, which is a good sign of a good professional win.
Just what is Jaden becoming for you guys right now?
Yeah, I thought he was really good tonight, both ends of the ball. He's becoming an ascending player, a guy that I don't know whether some night he's our 2 or 3. It doesn't really matter. Like he really finds a way to impact the game. His stat line is continually impressive, but what I like is a lot of the little things that don't show up on the stats: his energy plays, his extra effort plays, his physicality, when need be. And he's just playing with so much confidence. And even if the ball doesn't go in or doesn't come his way, like he's still ready to kind of make the play when it does happen. So
Your 200th career victory. Just
Yeah.
any thoughts on just getting to that mark? And
yeah,
what it means?
no real thoughts other than I've had a great group of guys here to work with. They're fun every day. Obviously, it's all about those guys being able to go out and perform and get the wins. Have an incredible staff, and it's been a lot of fun along the way, but hopefully it's just the beginning of a lot more. But, proud of it, certainly proud of the work that we've been able to do up to this point, but, we want to keep stacking them up. So
On nights when the energy is good, do you think that starts with the top guys on the
Sure,
roster?
no doubt about it. You could see the pop that they brought to the game. I thought Ant and Julius again were really good. Dante was outstanding in his first shift. He unlocked a lot of good offense, just layups. And I thought Rudy was really active defensively. He did exactly what we needed him to do to set the tone to start the game, and he did that. So.
Especially when he's off the ball, it seems like Jaden does a really good job of freelancing off the game plan without breaking the game plan.
Yeah.
Is that something that is taught over time, or is that just instinct?
I think it's instinct. It's whether he's on or off the ball. He's evolved to the point now where he has played enough systems, game plans, individual player tendencies, all that, to be able to kind of improvise according to how he needs to. And I think he's just now, kind of applying that off the ball too. It's when you have these types of defenders, and I learned this from working with Drew Holiday, you got to give them freedom because they're the ones out there in the heat of the battle. So you got to give them freedom just like you give an offensive player freedom. And he does a really good job of choosing the right way more often than not. And a few times that he doesn't, he hears about it, but that's just, us being extra hard on him, which he's, is already on himself. So
when it comes to Jaylen's defense, especially in the backcourt, do you think he surprises people with what he's capable of doing? And had his hands on a number
at this
of
point,
turnovers?
for sure, But if you've watched him play, this is what he does. This is who he is, who he's always been. He's just a ball hawk. He got a nose for the ball. He takes great angles. He's got good hands, and then the 50-50 balls are his.
Just what kind of energy do plays like that bring? You've been talking a lot about the energy plays of late.
Yeah.
Just when you see the young guys pitching in that
Yeah,
category.
the energy plays, they're huge. Their momentum plays, their energy plays, their back-breaking plays a lot of times. They're kind of, when you're on the other end of a play like that, it's super frustrating as a coach. So I'm sure it strikes at the heart of a lot of things. So,
Chris, how do you think you guys have improved your minutes when you don't have a quote-unquote traditional point guard out there? No Mike Conley. How has that kind of just grown? Dante, Nikhil, Ant, whatever, over the course of the season?
I think both Dante and Nikhil have done an outstanding job of figuring out what being a point guard means to them in our offense. We've talked about the impact Julius has had a lot there too. And generally, sometimes I like to get to those lineups with Julius in there so they can all kind of share in it. And I really like how it looks because everyone's trying to do just the basics and then, be the best version of themselves when the ball comes back to them. So they're not trying too hard to do too much, and that's not a slight on their point guard abilities. It's just that they're playing to their strengths is another way to say it. So
I wanted to ask you about Jaylen Clark too, just kind of more his season as a whole and his path into this rotation. I mean, you look at your team in particular has a lot of really good perimeter defenders, yet he's made his bones through being a perimeter defender. Is that just the progression, like really show that what he's able to? Yeah,
I think first of all, he adds to our identity, defensive identity. So I think that's important, kind of doubling it down on what we're already good at or what we have the ability to be really good at. That's one. Two is, I trust him implicitly, and this playing time is just, I trust him offensively as much as I trust him defensively, and that's just as important right now. Go out there, fit in. He makes a lot of really nice, smart, heady plays, little bounce passes in traffic, and usually, cuts and screens and moves around without the ball well. Gets offensive rebounds, just all the little things that he can do without trying to take a big, chunk out of the offense. Other guys, they can certainly help us, but, we have a lot of offense right out, and we have times where we have other guys who need to see and feel the ball and shoot it. So anyone else in, let's say, Jaylen's position has to be super special offensively if they don't have the defensive, acumen. So that's how I see it, and that's why he works.